Before we get into the video, just wanted to give you a quick update on the Carson Wentz Vapor Untouchable jersey that we were going to add the Captain's patch to. If you remember in the last video, I kind of just laid it on top of the jersey. As you can see, I did a zigzag stitch around the sides. That's the way that the Eagles team seamstress seems to do it. The other alteration I made while I was at it is I took off probably about 1.5 inches from the bottom of the jersey to shorten it up. I'm not the tallest guy in the world, so a shorter jersey works well for me. What I did, I removed the jock tag using my seam ripper. I went through each one of the stitches, popped them open, and pulled this off. And then I moved the jock tag up. And then I sewed it down with a straight stitch. Here's what the underside looks like. Like I said, about 1.5 inches. So the jersey we're going to end up adding a patch to is a Donovan McNabb white jersey from around the 2003 era. McNabb, by all intents and purposes, is the franchise's greatest quarterback. He led the team in passing yards, touchdowns, total wins, and we're going to be adding this inaugural patch. On September 8th of 2003, the Philadelphia Eagles opened Lincoln Financial Field, where they played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that they had lost to in the NFC Championship the year before. And unfortunately, in this game, they lost to them again. Now, right now, you can get a Brian Dawkins and a Brian Westbrook jersey from Mitchell & Ness, and it comes with this patch. McNabb is my second favorite all-time Eagle, and as you guys know, I love patches. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my McNabb Retail Authentic. National emblem is the manufacturer. There's actually something on the back that reads, "This is an authentic embroidered emblem officially licensed by the National Football League. Warning, attachment of this emblem to another product by sewing, adhesives, or any other means will immediately ruin its collectible value, and it is not permitted without approval of National Football League properties." That basically warns you against adding this patch to your jersey or taking it out or anything that you actually want to do with your own patch. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm going to take it out. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about collectibles, but I also like patches on my jerseys. Now, I realize not everybody has a sewing machine. On the back of this patch, it has an adhesive. It's very thick. It's a very heavy adhesive, and once it's pressed down, what it'll do is basically adhere to the jersey. Now, like I said, I understand that not everybody has a sewing machine, so if you don't, the other option is to use some of my favorite material called Heat and Bond. And what you would do, press the patch on top of the adhesive, and then once you have it adhered, then you would cut around the edges of it. So you can use Heat and Bond as an option if you don't have a patch that already has adhesive on the back of it. So it turns out on the back of this patch is actually, I thought it was some kind of adhesive. It's actually a very hard plastic. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to hit it with a little heat and then peel it away, because I can't sew this onto the jersey as it is. As you can see, the warning is actually inside of this hard plastic. Let's see if we can this away without damaging the patch itself. Wow, it's really on there. Alright, there we go. It's starting to come up. Looks like we got it off. I'm gonna remove the warning sticker. I kind of feel like this is like the under penalty by law, do not remove from your mattress kind of thing. But goodbye to you. So for this next part, I would use an old t-shirt. And I emphasize an old used t-shirt that you don't necessarily want to use ever again. I'm going to cover it. I set my iron to medium. I'm going to apply pressure. I'm going to let it sit here for a little while. Okay. Let's see how we got it here. Alright. As you can see, it's now on this old jersey, or this old t-shirt. So that's why I said for this part I would use an old t-shirt that you're not going to ever use. So and if we peel up, as you can see, we have adhesive. I'm going to kind of peel it away. And now on the back of your patch, you have that nice shiny adhesive, that glue. And I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim it up a little. Alright, doesn't have to be completely clean, but trim down the edges as much as you can. Take care of any stray strings that you might still have from the patch. And that's what we're going to press onto our jersey. So from the images, it looked like the patch was pretty much lined up. The bottom of the patch was pretty much lined up directly with the center chest Eagles emblem, or the top of it anyway. So yeah, if I try to line it up, that's going to be about where the bottom of the patch is going to sit in relation to the rest of the jersey. This little inaugural game banner looks like it sits right at the line where the dazzle mesh meets the mesh. What I'm going to end up using is some tape, just so I kind of have an idea of where it is as I start moving things around. So I'm going to place the tape at about the bottom, and then it looks like the edge of the 5 is about where the edge of the patch sits. And I'll put down my piece of tape. So that's about what it's going to look like. Or at least that's where it's going to sit in relation to the number, the chest emblem, and the yoke. I'm going to take that t-shirt that we used the first time around. I'm going to put it inside of our jersey so that it doesn't damage the underside. Now, if we remember from our measurements before, we measured from the very top of the Eagles chest patch, and that gave us one measurement. And then we used the side of the 5 to give us the other. And remember, this little inaugural game banner basically the top of it sits right along this seam right here. So we're going to take our old t-shirt, the side that doesn't have the adhesive on it, that is, and we're going to lay it on top. Let's keep that patch there as much as we can. And again, we're going to hold our iron on top of it, applying light pressure. And that's going to adhere the patch to the jersey itself. So, we take it off, and the patch is now adhered to the jersey. That's going to stay on there for a while. Again, Heat and Bond uses a no-sew formula, and it actually says it on the front of the package. As you can see, no-sew. So, if you don't own a sewing machine, that's going to be fine. That's not going anywhere. You got a great patch on your jersey. For me personally, I like it to be as authentic as possible, so I'm going to sew around the edges. Alright guys, so I think our little project turned out pretty well. Everything seems to be pretty straight. Let's see. That seems to line up well with our patch, our Eagle's chest patch. And then our shadow for the 5. The stitching looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the inside. I got rid of most of the extra strings that might have been underneath it. I could probably trim a few more, but I'm loving the way it turned out. Alright, that's gonna be it. As always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on Man Cave Stuff.